Hello and welcome to Strengthjournal Episode 13. Today I'm taking you with me on leg day and I hope you enjoy. As a warm-up I started with some jump rope just to get my heart rate up and also to warm up my entire body. I really like jump rope because for one it improves your full body coordination and it also has a skill component to it, so it's a bit more interesting and fun to do compared to other cardio activities in my opinion. After that I did some box jumps also as a warm-up. In my personal training I don't really do a lot of plyometric exercises, but on that day I felt like including some in my warm-up. So the thing I'm focusing on, or the thing I focused on, was being as explosive as possible and landing softly on my feet. Then as my first real leg exercise on that day, I did Bulgarian Split Squats for 3 sets of 10 to 20 repetitions. And I used a controlled tempo and paused for around 2 seconds at the bottom, which made it very hard. Unfortunately, on the last rep of the first set, I lost my balance, which can happen sometimes with the Bulgarian split squats, especially if you're not holding on to something. But if that happens, just reset and then continue on with the repetitions. I didn't do each side back to back, so I did one side, then rested for 2 minutes and then did the other side. With the Bulgarian split squat, I find that taking a rest between legs is a very good idea, because if you don't do that, it will become very hard to match the repetitions on both sides, and also the quality of the second leg will always be worse compared to the first leg. Although the Bulgarian split squat is a unilateral movement, both legs have to work a lot during each set, which means that both legs will be fatigued, but that's why it's a good idea to take a break in between the sets. This will also give you a little bit of a cardio break, I would call it, because especially if you do higher rep sets with the Bulgarian split squat, you will find that you have to catch your breath at some point. And if you don't take the little break in between your legs, you might find that your cardio will become somewhat of a limiting factor when you're doing the other leg. Oh yeah, and the last set was a drop set, which means that after I push close to failure, I drop the weight and continued on with just my body weight till I reached failure again. After the Bulgarian Split Squats, I did ring Sissy Squats for 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. And this is quite an interesting variation of the regular Sissy Squat, because the rings allow us to put our body in a completely horizontal or in a more horizontal position, and thereby stimulate our quads in a different way, I would say. What is also nice about the rings is that they move freely, so they adjust to your body position compared to if you're holding on to a bar or something where the object is fixed. And the body position is thereby more similar to the one in a reverse Nordic curl, where you would be completely horizontal at the bottom if you do a full range of motion rep. I'm honestly not quite sure about how much I like this variation, because it does feel nice to be able to move a little bit more freely with the rings, but it's also a bit more awkward to set up and to find the right body position. But I think overall it's a nice exercise variation of the regular Sissy Squat, and definitely something you could consider for your training. After the Sissy Squats, I did calf raises, 2 sets of calf raises, but I didn't film these because I think calf raises are just very boring to watch. And I also did a bit of chest work and side delt work, just to get an extra volume for these areas. So even though you have these fixed training patterns like push-pull legs or upper-lower, there's nothing wrong with, for example, including like some upper body work on a leg day to get an extra volume. And this will also allow you to train a certain area in a fresh state, because normally, for example, for side delts, you would typically do your lateral raises at the end of a push session, for example. So in a state when you're already quite fatigued. So if you do them on a leg day, you would train them when they're fresh, which means you can put in more effort into this movement, which can be of benefit. So this was my leg day. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Share feedback down below in the comment section, and feel free to watch some other videos on this channel. I will see you next time. Much love, and see you on level 100.